Hello, welcome to the Eternal Tribute channel, and in this video we came to bring a list of famous celebrities who ended up dying in the last 24 hours. But first, leave your like and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest news from the world of celebrities. So let's go straight to Abilio Dinas. Businessman Abilio Dinas has died at the age of 87. He was hospitalized at the Albert Einstein Hospital in São Paulo and was the victim of respiratory failure due to pneumonitis. Unfortunately, his lungs failed. With a career marked by entrepreneurship, Abilio Dinas transformed the family sweet shop, founded in 1949 by his father, Valentim Dinas, into one of Brazil's biggest businesses, Grupo Pão de Açúcar. Abilio took over the group in the 1990s and left GPA in 2013. In addition to his career at Pão de Açúcar, he has had other outstanding roles as an entrepreneur and was a shareholder in Carrefour Brasil. In recent years, he has also hosted programs on CNN, where he has welcomed business people, politicians, and important names from civil society to discuss and rethink the paths of economic and social development in our country. Abilio Dinas had 6 children, 18 grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. His youngest son, Miguel, was born in 2009 when the businessman was 72. He also faced a personal tragedy with the death of his son, João Paulo, at the age of 58 in 2022. Bobby Weigand. NBC5 family, friends, and viewers are remembering trailblazing NBC5 entertainment correspondent Bobby Weigand on Monday. The longtime reporter and TV host died on Sunday. She was 97. As long as there has been television in Texas, NBC5's Bobby Weigand has been there. Weigand joined NBC5 in September 1948 when it was known as WAP TV, 2 weeks before the station went on the air. To quote Bobby, "They poured me in with the foundation." Born in Lafayette, Indiana, as Roberta Frances Connolly on November 22, 1926, Bobby and her husband Phil Weigand came to Texas after college. She had a degree in broadcasting and psychology from Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana, and said she always wanted to come to Texas. During the early years, like everyone on that early Channel 5 staff, Weigand pitched in to do a little of everything. She started behind the scenes but eventually hosted live game shows and commercials and produced and hosted a live talk show, Dateline. "I was the first woman to host a general interest television talk show. Before that, women had to do the housekeeping things and the cooking and so forth," Weigand recalled. "The staff was moi, I produced it. I did my own research," Weigand said. In November 1963, Weigand was on the air with her popular midday show when news of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy came into the newsroom, interrupting her program several times. A few months later, during their debut tour of The Us, she interviewed the Beatles. After Dateline ended, Weigand transitioned into an arts and entertainment reporter for the station. She soon became known for the way she connected with celebrities, authors, and other newsmakers who stopped by Fort Worth to be interviewed by her. Years after she technically retired from her 7 decades at NBC5, Weigand continued to contribute as a freelance arts and entertainment reporter, remaining camera-ready. She often took part in milestone birthdays for the TV station when NBC5 turned 50, 65, and 75. In 2016, we helped her celebrate her 90th. Well into her 80s and 92nd, it was not uncommon to find Weigand at the NBC5 studios sharing stories with friends, both old and new. She was forever captivating and a force, even in retirement. Rita McKenzie. Rita McKenzie, the actress and singer best known for her boisterous performances in the one-woman show Ethel Merman's Broadway, died Saturday in Los Angeles after a long illness, her husband, talent agent Scott Stander, announced. She was 76. McKenzie first starred on stage as the powerful merman star of such iconic Broadway hits as Anything Goes, Any Get Your Gun, Gypsy, and Hello, Dolly. In New York in 1988, belting out tunes like There's No Business Like Show Business, I Got Rhythm and Everything's Coming Up Roses, Mackenzie toured throughout the US, Europe, and Asia in what many consider the longest-running one-woman show in theatrical history. A favorite of symphony orchestra conductors, she performed for the Philadelphia, Cincinnati, and Baltimore Pops and sang the finale for a PBS Capitol 4th celebration on the Washington Mall in 1995. Mackenzie played the housekeeper Alice, the role made famous by N.B. Davis in the 2000 telefilm Unauthorized. Brady Bunch The Final Days and showed up in Rodney Dangerfield's Meet Wally Sparks 1997 and on episodes of Daddy Dearest, Frasier, Big Brother Jake and Caroline in the City. Most recently, she served as interview host for stage appearances of Real Housewives stars Vicki Gunvalson, Jill Zareen and Caroline Manzo and for Eden's On the Magic Carpet Show. She also was a producer alongside her husband for the pre-Broadway tour of Rupert Holmes' All Things Equal, The Life and Trials of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. In addition to her husband, survivors include her children, Jennifer and Derek, son-in-law Tom and daughter-in-law Vanessa, sister Nancy, brother-in-law Joe, and grandchildren Mason, Jackson and Thomas. Cagney Lynn Carter. Famous porn star and adult film actress Cagney Lynn Carter has tragically died by suicide at the age of 36, her devastated friends have confirmed online. According to a gossip site TMZ, Cagney died on Thursday at her home in Parma, O. Her friends confirmed the circumstances in a GoFundMe post, complete with a sweet tribute to the star. Cagney first got into the adult film world in the mid-2000s and won various AVN awards for her work. She also modeled and danced at exotic clubs over the years. Around 2019, Cagney ditched LA and dove back into pole dancing as she became a regular at a studio in Ohio. The studio owners penned their tribute to Cagney, explaining that she was a frequent flyer and friend. They wrote, "She immediately warmed to the studio and all the students with an effortless grace, and it soon felt as if she had always been a part of the studio from the very beginning." Thereafter, she launched her own studio as she deviated away from the world of adult film. Cagney focused on the art and athleticism of pole dancing, sharing her own progress and talent online. Her friends added, "Even in her darkest days, however, she still showed up to the studio, always ready to learn, contribute, better herself in whatever small way she could manage." As alone as she undoubtedly felt within the confines of her own head, she continued to make an effort to show up for her friends and the community who cared about her. She fought her own battles with the same tenacity and drive she showed in every other area of her life, with as much strength as she could. She was last seen alive by her friends on February 7th at a final class. They added, "The news sank like a stone in our hearts. The horrible reality of a studio without Cagney, a community without her, seemed all wrong, unnatural, too difficult."